Well, hello there and welcome to the channel. My name is Derek, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Roland Fantom and the Roland Fantom-0 that just launched. Now, specifically in this video, I'm going to be going over the V-Piano sound engine because the V-Piano sound engine is available in the Roland Fantom and the regular Fantom, but it is not available in the Fantom-0 series of keyboards. So that's one of the things that you will lose by getting the Fantom-0. But what a lot of people ask is that really a big deal? What does that really mean? Is the V-Piano sound engine really that good? Do I really need it? Is that really a big loss? And so I wanted to just kind of go over the V-Piano sound engine, and also I wanted to go over scene remain as well. Now I do have another video that is up already where I go over pretty much every single difference between the two keyboards, but I just kind of do an overview. This video is going to go more in depth in the V-Piano sound engine, so you know what exactly it is that you are missing if you go with the Fantom-0, or what exactly it is that you are gaining if you go with the regular Fantom. So the first thing here I need to do is just pull up a V-Piano sound. So I'm just going to come over here and let's just do a quick search, and let's just find a quick V-Piano sound. And here I'm just going to select the Stage Grand. All right, so what we can see here with the V-Piano sound engine is you have these parameters here. So we have our lid, so you can adjust the lid. If I take the lid, the number down, it's like the lid goes down. If I take it all the way up, it's like the lid is opened all the way up. And you can be anywhere in between. Then you have string resonance. Let me just turn the string resonance up so you can hear the effect. I'm going to come here and just hold these keys down like you could on a regular piano, and so if you're listening, you can hear the other strings and stuff resonating inside of the piano, just like a real grand piano would do. So that's another parameter that you get. But you also get damper resonance, you get key off resonance, you get cabinet resonance, you get a duplex scale. So you can adjust those various overtones and stuff that you would hear if a piano had a duplex scale. So now we can go even deeper and look at even more parameters. So there's a ton of different parameters here. This is the level, this is the lid. These are some of the ones that we already saw. But here's hammer noise. We can adjust the hammer noise and stuff as well. There's a soundboard resonator. Let me just turn the soundboard resonator up. So you can just, lots of different parameters and stuff that you can edit. Not only that, we can come down here, we can come to tuning, and with the tuning, we can actually tune every single note of this piano and really make it our own. So I could take this note here, and I could, take the tuning down on just this note and take it down here. Just randomly tuning some different things here. So now every note here, well, not every note, but all these different notes are tuned differently. So whatever you wanted to do, you can do as far as tuning is concerned. But the same applies to level. So I can adjust the level of each note. So I can have every single note at a different level and adjust it however I want to. That's per note. I can come down here and I can adjust the character. So the character, I come down here and I change character. And I can do that per note, adjusting the character of every single note as well. And then you have your multi-effects and your multi-effects control, which is available for all the pianos that are in the Fantom. So a lot of deep editing parameters to make a piano your own. So if you really like to get in there and make the pianos your own, do special tuning and stuff like that for your pianos, the V-Piano sound engine can definitely do those things. Now let's come out of here and let's just come in here and let me just select something that's going to be out of this supernatural piano sound engine. So now this piano is out of the supernatural sound engine. If I hit enter, you can see those parameters that were there for the V-Piano sound are not there. So like the lid, the string resonance, and all those things, those parameters are not adjustable in the supernatural acoustic pianos in the Roland Fantom. Now, something to make note of is if you got a Roland FA keyboard, like the FA series of keyboards, when you have a supernatural acoustic piano, you can actually adjust the string resonance. You can actually adjust the damper noise, the hammer noise, and things like that. But with the new Phantoms in the supernatural sound engine, you cannot adjust those parameters. I can come up here and I can hit parameters, and you can see I get a stereo width that I can adjust. Come up here to common, and then you can adjust the level, but that's going to adjust the level of the entire keyboard. I can adjust the panning. I can do coarse tuning, fine tuning over the entire keyboard, you know, octave shift up and down, and I can make it mono or poly. So not a whole lot of editing parameters as far as the supernatural sounds. So it's kind of like what you get is, you know, what you hear is kind of what you get. There's not a whole lot of different editing parameters and stuff that you can do as far as the supernatural grand pianos or the acoustic piano. So that's something to make note of. That is something that you will lose. Now, let me just come out here to my zone view. I'm just going to reset this zone here. And let me just look at my zone view here. So just going to hit this again. So in this particular scene, what I have is I have a V piano sound, and I have a Zencore sound, which is going to be the RD1000 sound. And also then on top of that, then I have a pad as well. So I have three instruments layered together: a pad, a Zencore RD1000 sound, and a V piano sound. And so now observe this, listen to this. All right, so now let's take a look here. I'm gonna do my zone. Let's see here. So we're gonna go here, and now I'm going to take, instead of using the V piano sound that I used with this in this scene, I'm going to do the same exact thing with the same exact sounds, except I'm going to change the V piano sound out for a supernatural piano. So now we have a supernatural piano, and then all the other instruments are the same, and we're going to do the same exact thing. Now, I don't know if you heard it or not, but the notes actually cut out. I'll do it one more time. So the notes actually cut out when I use a supernatural acoustic piano. And the reason why that is because it's kind of like it's a part of the Zencore sound, offerings. So with the supernatural, now when I say it's a part of the Zencore sound offerings, what I'm saying is it actually uses the same polyphony. So the same 256 voices that's available for all of your Zencore sounds, your supernatural acoustic pianos are using those voices. And that's what's causing it to cut out. Now, when we come to the when we make it the V piano sound, it doesn't cut out. Now, the reality is that one, the V piano sound engine has a full polyphony. In other words, you could press all 88 keys all at the same time and you wouldn't get any notes cutting out. But also, it's actually like it's almost like it's using its own BMC chip. I'm not really sure if that's the case, but it's like it's by itself and it's not taking away or using any of the 256 voices from the Zencore or the supernatural sound engine. So those 256 voices that are available as far as the polyphony is concerned, the V piano sound engine is not using those voices. So by having this, you actually get, by having the V piano sound, you actually get more polyphony. That was the V piano sound engine. Now, if I come over to the Supernatural, so you can actually hear the sound actually cutting out. So you have to do, your normal kind of like workarounds and stuff like that if you're hitting that polyphony ceiling. Now, I do have one gripe, and it's not just about the Roland Fantom, but just keyboards in general today. It's considering the day and age that we're in with all the memory and stuff that's available and whatnot, it's amazing to me that we're still actually having to deal with polyphony ceilings that we're hitting. That's just you would think that by now we would kind of be past this, and polyphony ceilings would be almost a thing of the past. But even new keyboards that you get today, you can still hit those polyphony ceilings. Now, again, this is just three sounds. This is a piano. It was two pianos and a pad, and that's it. And you're running into notes and stuff like that dropping out. But again, you're less prone to get that if you're using something from the V piano sound engine versus the Supernatural sound engine. So if you have the Fantom-0 and you're using the, and you're, layering some sounds and stuff together, just be aware of that. Now, in a real scenario, of course, I would adjust my playing. I would adjust how I was hitting the sustain pedal. I might use less voices. I might come in here and let me just come to my let me just go back to my zone view. Let's go here and let me just select my pad sound. Let me just select the pad sound here, and let's go to menu and let's go to tone edits. I might come in here and I might maybe take one of the partials out for the pad or something like that, and see what it sounds like, because every single sound you have can have up to 4 different partials, and each partial in the Zencore sound engine actually uses 2 voices, not just one. It actually uses 2 voices per partial. So you can easily run into those polyphony ceilings really, really quickly. So, I would do some adjustments and some workarounds. I would play less notes, all that kind of stuff. But again, with the V piano sound engine, paired, if you're going to be layering a piano and putting pads and different things and stuff over the top of it, you're less prone to hit that those polyphony ceilings. Now, something else I want to show here really quickly is let me just go here. So we're back here again. So something else that's available on both of the keyboards, the Fantom-0 and the Fantom, something that you get is a scene remain. In other words, when you hold down a chord or hold down some notes, you can actually switch your scenes and you won't get any notes dropping out. However, that does not apply if you are using the V piano sound engine versus if you were using the Supernatural sound engine. So if I come here, I'm just going to hold this down and then I'm going to change the scene. Here we go. So if you notice, the piano actually cut out as soon as I changed the scene, because the piano is a V piano. Because it's a V piano, it can't do scene remain. I'll do it again. So my other layers, they held the pad and the RD1000 sound, but the V piano actually cut out because scene remain is not available for the V piano, and nor is it available for the virtual tone wheel organ as well. So the same thing would happen if I was using something out of the virtual tone wheel organ, and this is true of both keyboards. All right, so now I'm just going to go in here and let's just select a different piano. So we're going to select a Supernatural piano this time. All right, and now we'll do the same thing. And as you can see, none of the piano notes actually cut out when we switch scenes because we're using the supernatural piano. So something also to consider when you are using the vPiano sound engine is there is no scene remain. Now, the Roland Fantom, if you're not using the virtual tone wheel organ and you're not using a vPiano sound, using the other sounds in the keyboard, you can actually you can have up to 16 different zones going all at once, and you can switch scenes and none of your notes are going to cut out. With the Roland Fantom-0, you can only use 8. All right, so I just wanted to pull out the Roland Fantom, the FA07. Just wanted to pull it out here, and I wanted to show you how the scene remain works in the FA07. So right now I can, so I could switch scenes and none of the notes or whatever would cut out. Now that only works for 8 zones. If I want to have access to all 16 zones, I actually have to turn off the scene remain. So I'd have to come into menu, I'd have to go into system, and where scene remain, it says it's on, I would have to switch it to off. And now that I switch it to off, let's see here, it cuts out. But if I go to my zone view here and I can look at all 16 channels, all 16 zones are available for me to edit and change, manipulate, add instruments, do whatever I wanted to do with them. But scene remain has to be off in order for me to have access to all of those zones. If I come out here, just really quickly, go to menu, we're going to do that again. We're going to change it, and we're going to change it to on, and then we're going to hit exit. And then if I come in here and hit the zone view, oh, I missed it there. There it is. You can see that 9 through 16 are actually grayed out. So even though now I have scene remain, so now I have scene remain on, but you go into your zone view and you're going to be missing those channels. So that's something to also consider, that scene remain only works for 8 zones instead of working for all 16. So I don't want this video to be too long, but I did want to show those differences in the 2 keyboards. Now remember, the Fantom-0 does not have the vPiano sound engine. You cannot get the vPiano sound engine for the Fantom-0. So if you like the different things that you get, the different parameters and stuff that you get with the vPiano sound engine, that's something that you have to consider. Also consider that the vPiano, if you're going to be, using the vPiano sound engine and layering different sounds and stuff on top of that, that you're going to get more polyphony. If you do it with this, if you do it with this keyboard, because it has no vPiano sound engine, you're going to get those same kind of cutouts because you only have the Zencore sounds and the supernatural acoustic piano sounds. And then those editing parameters and stuff as well, they go away in this. So it's something to consider. And also remember that scene remain, you get 16 channels for scene remain on the big Fantom and 8 channels for scene remain on the small Fantom. And you have to actually turn off those 9 through 16. You have to turn off 9 through 16 zones in order to have access, in order to have scene remain. And if you want access to those, you have to turn them off. So those are some of the trade-offs there. Now, it's your decision to make, whatever it is that you value, whatever it is that you need. Thank you so much for sticking with me during this video. I want you guys to have a great day. If you like videos like this, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel. It really does help out the channel, and hit that bell notification icon so that you get notifications when I upload new stuff, because I'm frequently doing so. And with that, I'm out. I will see you guys on the next video.